Yo, 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 yo.
What's going on, guys? YeeHaww Boyz tuning in for the grand opening first episode of our podcast. Kicking it with me, Tristan, and my boy, Austin, Pete Brinson. We'll use full government names. Tuning in just to give y'all a little daily insight on some real shit and I don't know, kind of like a real nigga perspective. I feel like on situations and shit going on throughout y'all days, like social media, all of that stuff, sports culture, pop culture, all of that. So with that being said, I think our first topic we're gonna discuss is the Fire Festival and that whole debacle.
Shout out to Billy McFarland.
Billy McFarland,
For real. Ja Rule.
my guy. Yeah, that was kind of a freaking disaster. I don't know what exactly who came up with this. Well, I know who came up with this idea. That was a stupid question. Let me take that back. But
I mean,
what possessed them to think oh yeah, we can pull this off? At what point? Because obviously there were some sane people in the room. You can tell that from the documentary on Netflix. But at what point were people nah, bro, this shit is super far-fetched, this shit.
I think once they had that idea in mind, they were just so stuck on it, on how good it could have been, they didn't really realize that it was kind of unrealistic, the thoughts they had, because it was just so extreme. No, it looked cool, I'm not gonna lie, all the promotions, everything everybody did, and all the hyping it up that people did on it, made it seem like it was gonna be one of the best events of all time. But
yeah,
come on now. You promise villas and you getting cheese sandwiches with a little piece of lettuce. Come on now.
When they had them white folks on the interviews on there talking about, yeah, I paid 60 grand, I paid 80 grand for these wristbands.
I low-key felt bad. I was like, wow, y'all really got finessed.
I was like, oh man. That was definitely I feel like more people should have been brought up on charges than just Billy.
Well, Billy did all the lying though. A lot of the other people didn't know much about it. They were suckled. They were bamboozled, like Ja Rule said.
Yeah, but I mean,
bamboozled, swindled.
Okay, but if you think about it, if you murder somebody, or not if you murder somebody. Okay, if you murdered somebody and we were together and I was with you and I knew about it, but I didn't stop you. Now I'm a co-conspirator. I aided and abetted. You feel me? Now I'm guilty by association, as they say.
Yeah, but those people didn't. I feel like those people didn't. A lot of them did not know that Billy was lying the way he was. He was taking trips and coming back with millions of dollars and just telling them yeah, I made something shake, basically. Yeah. He's coming back hundred thousands, millions plus dollars, and they're like, where'd you get this from? Oh, I figured it out. I handled it. So they're just okay, Billy saved us again. Billy was finessing.
That man. Shout out Billy one more time, man. I think you was a great mind. You was probably before your time, honestly. Because I feel like you was on some next level schemes that will only exist nowadays in 2019.
I honestly, they said at the end of that documentary on Netflix.
Yeah,
don't be surprised if we hear from Billy McFarland about him in about 10 years.
They said Fire Festival 2 is on the way soon.
Well, I think Ja Rule was kind of putting that one together. I think Billy.
Don't get me started on Ja Rule.
I mean, Ja Rule is a legend in a way. I mean, okay, maybe not a legend, but he is
Dude, when he went out there to that, didn't he go out to a concert that was a 90s concert, and he went out there on stage and said some stupid shit yeah, I know this was a 90s concert, but y'all could only book me, a 2000s rapper. And expected an applause or some shit, and the crowd was dead silent.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Ja Rule is. He just at this point he just needs to go to something. But I don't know. I feel
to go to something.
He needs to go
to hell.
he just need to sit down and maybe drop one more album just to maybe.
Whoa, you really think this man should drop another
album? I don't know. He needs to do something. Maybe he could plan another Fire Festival. But I don't know. The festival. I really think it could have been something. It could have been something.
I don't think the festival business is for Ja Rule.
Yeah, but no, getting past Ja Rule, I feel like that really could have been something. But They just had to
Could
bone
have.
people doing it, you know, like
Could
all the
have.
different stories.
Like
You
maybe
got-
not to that extent of like
Oh yeah,
super sweet like exclusive beach villas and like catered to hand and foot and like private jet
yeah, all that
excursions
was.
and all like.
They saying they
on-
gonna have some people sleeping.
Honestly,
on yachts,
I think
like,
the most like realistic part of that whole idea was the people staying out there on like yachts and cruise ships, like anchored like just offshore of the island. Like I thought that was the most legitimate idea they had. That
I
whole
mean,
video.
in a way, that low key is like, come on now, how are you really gonna pull that off?
Because think about it, bro. It's nothing to have like 6 to 8 like little dinghy boats that can take like 8 to 10 people at a time, and just stagger the trips back and forth to and from. Because you don't have to be far. All you gotta be is a couple hundred meters
I mean,
offshore.
that is true. That is true.
And then you just got to get gas. I mean, it wasn't like it was completely secluded. That's my thing.
Now that you got a point there. Now let me ask you a question, kind of going on another part of Fire Festival disaster.
All right.
In the documentary, everyone that watched it, it got to a point where I'm sure a lot of you guys were probably like, okay, what the hell is going on? And I'm sure you already know what I'm getting to, but when I forgot the guy, I forgot who it was. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
But they got to, they were needing money. They were like running out of money at this point. And Billy could not make anything happen. He just couldn't. So they were calling around I think they were trying to get water. It was the water thing. They were trying to get the water situated. And they asked one of the guys that already put up millions of his own money. They asked him, look, there's only one way we're going to be able to secure this water deal, and that's if you go over there and you give him a blowjob.
This man's penis.
You give him a blowjob.
You a grown man. I don't care if you gay, straight, bi, lesbian, purple, fat, ugly, brown, skinny, tall. Bro, how degrading is that?
It is so wrong.
But hey, you gotta go suck this dude's dick so we can pull this shit off.
But I feel like the craziest part is when he sat there and said, so I went home, I took a shower, I had dinner, I got ready, I had some mouthwash, and I was on the way to suck his dick. Like, you really?
Bro,
even if that is true,
you know
what
really
he
described?
had the nerve to say that?
He described like every man, like the female version of every man's booty call. Like, like ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you get that late night call,
That's
just
true.
hit the mouthwash, slide over.
And that's what you do. I mean,
But on no cap though, they had hella promoters and shit for Fire Festival. Like the list of like models and
that is part,
and stuff.
And that is part of why I think it was.
They had Kendall Kardashian was the one that started
Kendall Jenner?
it with
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner. Excuse me, sorry Kendall. With the orange square post or whatever. Yeah, that started it all. Speaking of the Kardashians, I know y'all seen. I think it was on Snapchat on the Explore page. iHeartRadio had like a little thing, and it had to do about the whole Chloe and Jordan like Tristan cheating scandal, and what that all entailed. And supposedly it was like unseen footage of like the cheating scandal that nobody had ever seen.
Oh, isn't it gonna be on like the new season of Keeping Up?
Yeah, something like that. Anyways, my girlfriend is looking at this, so shout out to Allie, my girlfriend. Anyways, I have her click on it because I'm like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, my man Tristan Thompson, I'm kind of curious how he got put into that situation to begin with. Not that I care about the Kardashians per se, but I had her click on it and we was looking at it. Bro, tell me why Chloe had the audacity to turn this into a like sob story about her, bro. Like, you got millions of dollars and you are on national television crying, asking people like why they can't be a little bit more sensitive. Like, you are on national television. That's the exact reason people are not going to be sensitive to you. They want exactly what you got.
That's true. I mean, I feel like the whole thing's funny. She really, I'm not gonna lie, I never watched the show, but this season I might tune into the first episode or two just for a little laugh and see. Because when she was on there really in tears, like, come on, you on national television.
Like, why can't everybody just be a little bit?
She wants somebody to love her and all that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, to me, that's low key funny as hell.
Hey,
like,
no cap though, I thought she was one of the better. Like, she would probably be. I'll pick her over Kim and Courtney.
I want it.
I say that like she a little on the bigger build. I'd have to say if I was
ain't no wrong with
if I was like a 6'5", 6'6" type of dude, like I'm comfortable 6 foot, maybe 6'1" if I get like 8+ hours of sleep and my vertebrae spread out. But I always thought she was a little more grounded than the other ones. That's why, like, because I started like we old enough to remember when the Kardashians was when Kendall and Kylie was jits. So to think they was attractive was like a little weird to me in a way. And now like my little sisters they age, so like they superstars and shit, but it's kind of weird to think that 19, 20-year-old. I mean, I guess that's not weird. I'm only 22. I guess I'm.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like you kind of tripping on that one, bro.
I don't know, bro. I got this thing with younger females. Like, yeah, my girlfriend's a year younger than me, but like, I don't really go too much. Like, a year is probably my max, no cap. All the older females, like, bring them on. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't just, I don't know. It's weird. But anyways, next topic of discussion. Let's see what we got cracking. I'm smacking him right now. We playing the Warriors against the Celtics. Yes, I am the Warriors. He wanted me to be the Warriors, though. Well, we are based out of Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Lovely place here on the Gulf Coast, for those of you who don't know. Right in between Pensacola and Panama City Beach. We have people, like, our population pretty much triples in the summertime from, like, people vacationing and tourists and whatnot, which, like, the locals here hate. Like, my mom, I shit you not, I was in the car with my mom the other day, and she was, like, cussing at the top of her lungs about how much she hated the tourists. Or tourists, excuse my pronunciation. But anyways, you would think, like, a place like this would have, like, a good nightlife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we only have, like, 2 clubs.
Bars. Yeah.
And they're for, like...
It's not even a club. It's, like, basically, I mean...
Bars. Like,
you
middle-aged Filipino moms of 5 and biker dudes.
I mean, I feel like we got... Coyote Ugly is obviously for us. Like, it's for our... Come on now. I'll give them that. One around here. That's the only one that you can say.
True, but the
only they play
music
everything.
They play is, like, dubstep and...
they try to do a little rap and they'll put EDM
and
or
Ja
whatever.
Rule. They play Ja Rule.
I mean...
Shout out.
Back to Ja Rule, but I mean... You go there, Rotten Apple, I like Rotten, but who doesn't?
Oh yeah, shout out to Rotten. You can get your drinks half off. I think now in season they do it all night. You pay like a $2 cover if you're a local. Pretty much all the locals here know about it, and if you don't, like...
You're not a local.
Yeah, you're not a local. And to my locals that don't know about it and are listening to this...
$7 will get you drunk, I promise you.
Dude, I swear to God, I ain't never been so drunk in my life. Like, and I don't even drink like that for real no more. But if I get down at the Rotten with about $10, I feel like I had a night.
You rich with $10 in there,
boy.
You got money.
Bruh, $10 is 5 drinks. Like 5 full-size drinks. It might be like bottom shelf liquor, but it's gonna get you all the way right, though.
That bottom shelf fuck you up the most, really. You
got the worst headaches. Oh, and also, to avoid death, I learned this last night from Austin. He keyed me on the secret to life. He said if you wake up every morning...
no, not every.
Well, after you drink, after a heavy night of drinking, you got to do this precise, like, time is of the essence. 5 a.m. that morning, before you wake up for the day, pop 3 aspirin. Ibuprofen.
Yeah.
And he said you'll be feeling better than you ever have in your entire life.
And honestly, So I think I went to sleep like around 2:30, 3 o'clock. I woke up, went and got something to drink, and felt a slight headache coming on. So I said, hey, see what these ibuprofen is gonna do. Took 3 of them, woke up around 9, and really I could probably go drop 20 if I wanted to. 20.46. And a few rebounds, you know what I'm saying? I felt good, you know?
Speaking of, I'm not gonna let this man slide. I just want to key y'all in. So, this man Austin is convinced that he is a better hooper when he was drunk. So, I think it was it last summer? Was it last summer we went and hooped out there in like 38 damn near?
Oh yeah, it was.
This man bought a 6-pack. I had 1, he had 5, and he had bucks. Like,
That's
real serious buckets.
That's probably. I feel like that's the best I might have ever played basketball in my life. I
It
don't
was
know
some
how.
real like backyard blacktop type shit.
Oh, it
I was
was.
playing with a Mexican and a white boy, so competition level is enough said. But
Now, Mexicans and white boys can hoop now. Shoot and get some
I
defense.
mean, not you right, but not them. Anyways, moving on.
I mean, what y'all think about that? Have any of y'all ever, play some activities? Everybody go, play a little baseball, a little softball with a few drinks in you.
Yeah,
You do it.
I love playing softball with a couple beers. Like, if you play softball, bro, you play slow pitch softball. This is like for some old man shit, and I know y'all about to judge me. But if you wake up on a Saturday morning and you haven't had a beer by like 9:30, like, what are you doing with your life?
Trying to live, I would think. But hey, what do I know?
All we do is hit dingers. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds nice. That
That's all
sounds
I'm
nice.
saying.
You know what else sounds nice?
What?
Crackheads.
Whoa. Okay, I know where you're going with this. Yes.
I say that because this man, this is my guy. This is my brother.
Do y'all
but
ever have those women from your past that like haunt you, or like make you look back and like reflect at yourself, like,
what the hell did I have going on?
yes, you'd be like, damn. You be sitting there on the toilet one day, taking a nice dookie, enjoying a nice day, and it just hits you, bro. Just smack you in the back of the head, like you just maybe like scroll past her on Instagram or something, and just be like, I used to be with that. Like, what the fuck do I have going on? I got a couple of them.
Don't we all?
I'm not gonna lie. And full disclosure, I'm gonna have to tell y'all about an event. My girlfriend knows about this, so don't go think like, oh, he's a piece of shit, like whatever. Anyways, there was this female I used to talk to. Should we talk about the event as like what occurred to like us talking?
No, let's not
Okay.
even go there.
Alright.
Let's just leave that alone.
But anyways.
You were still wrong for that, so I'm gonna leave that where it is.
Anyways, we started talking, whatever. I guess, like, I don't know what happened. Anyways, she invites me to, at this point, I'm like 20, I think, 21 maybe. She invites me to a high school football game with her friend and her friend's family. So I'm like, yeah, like, let's go, whatever, we'll have a good time. So, leading up to this, I had known, like, she had previous drug involvement, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Involvement, that was an addiction, dude. That's a real basic.
I wasn't trying to put her out like that, but okay.
That's a real basic.
This bitch was a grade A crackhead. Like,
and for some reason,
you
like
had
it, but
bars,
keep going.
you had bars, she was on, you had coke, she was on, you had lean, she was on, you had fucking Finnegan, she was on you, you had, yeah, bro, that's some shit. That's a, like, anti-nausea medicine.
I know, that's what I'm like, who really wants
that's
to
what I'm
take
saying.
that?
She was that much of a crackhead that she would have been like, oh yeah, it gets me, like, a different kind of body high. Like, that's what kind of shit she was on. But anyways, at this football game that I went to, I pulled up, and this is, like, maybe our 4th time hanging out, keep in mind. I pull up, and her homegirl, whose family we were with, are like just completely barred out, like gone. I pull up and they like googly eyes, like the ones you glue on the paper, like just looking like bobbleheads and all type of other shit. And I'm like, bro, what do y'all have going on? And Austin wasn't with me, so I'm texting Austin like the most random shit. I'm just like, bruh, hell, I don't know.
Yeah, like it's the weirdest shit. I remember like it was yesterday. I was in Destin, grabbing some shoes out there shopping, and he's just texting me like, ding, 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 ding. I'm like, man, what does this fool want? He's like, help, I'm tripping. Then like, I don't fucking know. And then he was like, I'm gonna call you. Then he calls me, and he's like talking in code and shit, and I'm like, bro, man, what you got going on? So I'm thinking he owns something at this point. I'm like, bro, on some shit. So he goes, he's like, bro, they on bars, like, bro, they gone, right? They gone out of their mind. They just sitting here like it's cool. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, you need to get your ass up out of there. And for some reason, I don't know what it was, but that's when I knew. And you slid, but it took you a while. That's when I knew. You low key back then, not now, back then.
I would.
You had like a thing, like you kind of talked to a few crackheadish type females.
Yeah.
And you never saw a problem with it. And it was all drug type problems. I never got it. I was like,
whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Okay, just keep going. I don't even care.
We have to edit that.
No, I'm not editing his shit.
Yes, we are.
But anyways, who else? I'm trying to think.
We're not gonna dom anybody else out. So just leave that alone, please. Like, come on now.
All right. Anyways, now that we're back, we're gonna have to edit that out.
Sorry about that.
Oh shit, Quinka, hold on to the ball. Yeah, there's a lot of like crackhead females and females that are like out here to get you. Like, Austin had got a phone call.
You know the funny thing about what he's about to say. The first person I told about this was my dad. So I'm gonna let Tristan tell y'all about this one.
All right, so Austin is at my house. Like, obviously we're playing 2K, some shit. He left, and he leaves something at my house. It was like a phone. I think it was his work phone or some shit like that. So I call him. This is like, like 7 minutes after he's left my house. So I call him like, hey bro, like, you left your phone. He doesn't answer. So I'm like, well, that's weird. He just left my house. Maybe like he's just on some shit, like whatever. And so the next, like, I get a hold of him later. He texts me. He's like, hey bro, my fault. Like, I had to take care of something. What's up? And I'm like, oh, you left your work phone. And he's like, oh, can you just like put it somewhere? So I ended up putting it under my front door mat outside, like the doormat outside the front door. And he came and picked it up the next day. But anyways, like 3 days later, he ends up telling me like, oh yeah, I gotta tell you something. And I'm like, what's up? He was like, you remember the other day when you called me and I didn't pick up the phone? And I'm like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, you called me like 4 or 5 times. So when I seen it, I'm like, damn, did somebody die? Like,
well, no, I know you needed your work phone.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's like, bro, listen to this. He's like, sit down, listen to this. Some female he's seen. When was the last time you had seen her?
I have not seen this chick since like end of September. No, I think it was October, November. October, maybe early November, maybe. That's the last time I seen her.
You got this phone call like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, week before last, yeah.
She called him with the audacity to say she was pregnant and it was his kid.
So I let her talk though. Like, I let her like say her little what she had to say, like probably 30, 40 seconds of stuff. And once I gather enough information for me to do what I did, I'm like, you know what, this is a bunch of bullshit. That all I can say is I haven't seen you since last year. And I just hang up the phone because what else is there to say? I have not seen the chick.
She said she was
last
5
year.
weeks pregnant.
5 weeks pregnant. And she thought it was mine. How are you pregnant?
Shout out to Chop. That's my dog.
If y'all heard
my
that.
door. Yeah.
He mad he not in here. But yeah, how is it mine and I haven't seen you in months? Like, come on, now that low-key made me feel some
Sound
kind
like
of
some
way.
Usher type shit if you ask me. Sean
I don't know about that one. Shout out to my guy Usher though.
Didn't Usher get caught up on a scandal?
Uh,
Didn't he have like a whole bunch of like side chicks or some shit like that? Like,
well, listen to Confessions, bro. You'll find out in that song.
I'm weak.
It'll tell you what you need to know. For sure.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Shout out to my guy Wiz though. Speaking of music artists.
Oh yeah, let's get into that.
We rep Taylor Gang heavy. I would definitely say we've been day one Taylors.
Yeah, for real.
Austin is the only other person that I know that knows like real deal mixtape, like early grinding stage Wiz. Like
Show and prove all the old stuff. All the
like 501s, Chucks and blunts. Still smoking blunts. It wasn't none of this paper type shit.
Now he been on papers for quite some time now, but back in the
wasn't
day, he came up.
OG Wiz fans know when he was still smoking blunts, like Prince of the City 2, Star Power, all that. Yeah.
I think he was about. No, I can't remember.
He was. Well, I don't know. Star Power might have. Now Prince of the City 2, he's definitely still smoking blunts.
Yeah.
But anyways, my point is like Wiz, if somehow you see this, like shout out, we your biggest fans, like real talk, no cap. But anyways, another shout out, Crown Peach. We're gonna get our little advertisements out the way if anybody in this world happens to see this video and or podcast that we put together. Shout out Crown Peach. My guy Austin is thoroughly impressed with the product. If you could give him a case for free, he won't talk about any other liquor ever again. So
I've been drinking the Crown Apple for quite some time now, so
yeah.
I'm gonna. Hey, maybe next time if y'all see this, maybe do something a little fruity like the Crown Royal Fruit Punch. No, I'm playing. That's a little.
you tripping.
That's a little extra, but.
Now I would like to take this time to start a little segment we would like to do and like carry. Like I would like this to be like a little installment into each like video podcast episode we shoot. And it's called dun, 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 dun. Is your homeboy really your homeboy if? So I'm just go ahead and get this shit cracking and y'all can either catch up or like get lost. Is your homeboy really your homeboy if he's low key rapping at your girl on the low? I mean, I feel like that would be obvious.
Well, duh.
Like little heater. Like I'm trying to get us warmed up for the audience.
Well, I mean, like that's a given.
I mean, yeah, but we have slow people. I'm trying to get them introduced to the segment. Do you got a better one? You got a better one for the people?
No, you can go with that one.
Okay. If you guys have any suggestions, like, is your homeboy really your homeboy if y'all have shit that's happened to y'all, like, oh, my homeboy did this, like, anything that's made y'all question y'all's friendship. Cause me and Austin been down for a little minute now. We've been friends for, 2013, was that 6 years now? I mean, 6?
Yeah,
something like
it was
that.
the beginning of the senior year, I think.
Yeah, 2013. Cool, we graduated in 2014.
So like in the 13.
Yeah. Anyways, we've been down for a little while, and we just always think it's funny. Like we done had homeboys like that's been like mutual homeboys like between the two of us, and like some shit will happen or like somebody will say something that like he doesn't like or I don't like or like we deem suspect or some shit like that, and we always like go to one another like, hey bro, is this like, am I tripping for this shit? So that's why we say like we like to start a is your homeboy really your homeboy segment. I don't know. I'll probably think of a better one here in a little bit. Kind of pretty. I could probably smack you on this 2K game.
Yeah, I just noticed that you are really getting in my ass. Damn.
Anyways, I guess we can move on to this segment. Y'all stay tuned. Send us shit y'all want to hear, wild shit. I don't care what it is. I'll talk about it. Some shit y'all too scared to talk about. I'll talk. I don't care.
We'll talk about it. Shoot it to us. Let us know what y'all think. You know, we'll talk about anything, everything, whoever, whenever, however.
The real question is though, is it possible to find real love on Tinder?
Oh, I mean, I know a few different people that's met off of Tinder, thought it was just gonna be one night stands, and now they're in love with them, got kids and all.
What
married and all.
ethnicity are these people?
I know one that they're all white.
Oh, what color people? Oh shit.
But I mean, at the same time though, like I've met a few chicks off of Tinder before.
You know what? People need to step up their virtual love life game and get the hell off Tinder and stop being cheap, bro. Just buy the fucking eHarmony, like.
Hey, ain't no wrong with Tinder now,
bro.
You
Like,
tripping?
eHarmony is guaranteed, bro. They say it on the fucking TV. Like, if you don't find real love on eHarmony, you get your money back.
Really?
No, don't.
Will you
quote
buy
me
it
on
for
that.
me for Christmas?
Nah.
That's a long way away. Easter.
You is lonely. Shout out to the females that's out here and single. Maybe y'all don't want a relationship. Preferably if y'all don't want a relationship and y'all just looking to, intertwine and mingle for a little while. Have a good time. Maybe laugh at some of my guy's jokes. He's a little corny, but he enjoys good conversations, long walks on the beach, and good company. So
I do like them walks on the beach now.
that's why I said D fruity. But anyways, yeah, my guy's single. He's out here looking for love.
Not really.
Tinder's not satisfying him.
Neither is Bumble, but that is what it is.
Yeah, see, dude, I never, I don't know. Like I said, in my single days, Bumble, I had one interaction off Bumble. Do you know what interaction I'm talking about?
I don't.
She had a kid.
That goes back to something we were talking about earlier, crazy females.
Yeah.
You should have talked about her.
Type.
Yeah.
Okay, I will talk about her.
Oh, do we have to?
No names disclosed this time. Hopefully I don't mess up. Anyways, I started talking to this girl on Bumble. Cause Bumble's an app where the females gotta, try to get at the dudes first. Anyway, she reached out to me. I replied. She was looking, all right. She was looking good.
No.
I was capped out over her at first.
You called me bruh, she's so bad.
Like, she the baddest thing I done ever seen. You know, how needs to be capped out and shit. But anyways, started talking to her, hung out with her one time where her friend, and her friend's boyfriend. It was an alright time. Then we're gonna hang out a second time. And I was trying not to hang out, and she was pressuring me into hang out. Or no, she wanted to hang out one day, and I had lied to her and made up a reason not to hang out. And then we went and chilled with her later, but I had used you in my excuse as to why I didn't hang out with her a couple days before.
And he failed to tell me a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I failed to clue G in on the whole situation. So we said.
Granted, I pick him up, I drive there. We've talked about it plenty of times that day because he asked me at least 6 times that day if I go. So I'm like, okay, we talked about the whole situation. So he had plenty of time to fill me in on what was really going on. But for some reason, he just failed to do that. And want to tell him what you got yourself into?
Yeah, so anyways, we're sitting there talking, and she asked Austin, what he was doing the other day or some shit like that. And so, of course, Austin goes and tells the truth. Oh, I was doing this, this, and this. So, immediately preceding Austin's response is, oh, so you and Tristan didn't hang out. Everybody just looked blank. Me and Austin just looked defeated.
See, so at that time I knew, I thought maybe she was just really checking up on you been all right? What you been up to lately? That's what I thought it was, but no.
No,
trapping me.
Yeah. Yeah, she caught me in a lie, And instead of like just being like, oh, okay, like whatever, like, I got fucking blew off. Like, she made shit hella awkward. Cause she was, oh, really?
Well, the funniest part was you really, you kept looking at me winking, like trying to wink and do eye signals and stuff. And she was looking dead at you. Like you did not do a good job at that, bro.
Yeah, yeah, I was caught dead in my tracks. I basically just sat there and was just like,
You had to take that
yeah,
one.
whatever. I had to take it off the chin. But anyways, the events after this is what was so baffling to me, because like I just went ghost on her. That's my thing. Like when I'm done with females, like y'all tell me what y'all think about this too. Tell me if I'm green, but when I'm done with females and I like don't have an interest anymore, instead of just being like, hey, it's been a nice ride, like appreciate your company, I just be like,
You just be like nothing.
off in the mist. Like,
Yeah, like you don't say anything.
I disappear in the distance.
You see no problem with it.
With no words. And so, anyways,
I need to start being more like that.
I did. Yeah, you do, and I'll be telling you because when you get caught up in crazy situations with females, like when you can start peeping like crazy tendencies and shit.
But for some reason, I like it a little bit. Like I don't know what it is. I tend to like it just a tad bit. I'm like, hey, you know, they're crazy or freaky, you know.
That's where you wrong.
And that's where I go. That's where I'm wrong. You're right.
That's where you wrong. Damn. All right, guys, we're back. Yeah, I spilled my cup of drink all over my phone and etc. So that was that. No, but yeah, appreciate you guys joining in to the first ever Dem YeeHaww Boyz
YeeHaww Boyz
podcast / video of us playing 2K, talking shit about random people and subjects, I guess. So,
Which, life, society, whatever. Like we said,
real.
y'all just shoot stuff to us, you know.
Yeah.
Let us know. Y'all
Shout out Tiny Meat Gang. That was the podcast that really gave me this like inspiration to want like us to have a podcast. More to say. You guys are funny as hell. Shout out Cody Code, Noel. I low key think we might be funnier than y'all, but we're also black.
We're gonna find out.
That is true. So we just two niggas out here trying to get it as the YeeHaww Boyz. You feel me?
Real,
So,
for real. We appreciate it. And
yeah, y'all go check us out. We're gonna upload this to YouTube. Probably put this on like the iTunes podcast thing. Yeah, try to get it out there to every like social media outlet we can. We'll probably try to patch together another episode next week. Not sure just yet as to like what day we'll be filming. I would like to get an episode like once a week. I think that would be straight.
for sure.
Who knows? Sunday could be our day to get our episodes out. So
Until then,
hey, y'all stay tuned, and y'all always the yee to our haw, baby.
that was the
YeeHaww.
gayest shit I've ever heard.
Hey,
Peace.
peace out.